guys, King Casey here,
along with TJ as your co-host,
and welcome back to another Lucarios Productions Oxion Arc video. This will be Chapter 1 of the first 3 specials of the Oxion Arc.
Yep.
Which will be covering Palkia versus Giratina, Aura Master Michello versus Slice, and the history of Oxion.
Now, if some of you are wondering where this Michelangelo versus Slice special came from, since we didn't say anything about it in the channel direct, we didn't say it on purpose.
Yeah, we wanted to keep some stuff secret, even though 95% of the people know that this thing existed. But whatever, for the people that don't know, yeah, we just kept it secret.
Yep.
Yeah, so this will be pretty fun. So let's get into special number 1, shall we?
Agreed. Which is Palkia and Giratina versus Oxion.
This one was a pretty good special in my opinion.
I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah, so the main plot of this episode, as it's said in the title, is Palkia and Giratina versus Oxion.
But first, the beginning of this. This special takes place after the first round.
Yeah, when Michello gets turned to stone and gets corrupted, as you can see in the background.
And as also you can tell, it's basically, this takes place after Alice had confronted Michelangelo.
After his battle.
Yeah.
And pretty much it starts off with just Kirito and Alice talking about going to find Michello.
Asuna basically persuades Kirito to go because, well, even though while me, Casey, and Gold would have gone after that in a heartbeat, that's probably the reason. That's the reason why Alice didn't get any of us to go.
Since we would probably, we would probably end up in the dark universe. I don't know how, but we probably would.
Just trying to dive after him.
Yeah, we probably would. But yeah, then pretty much after that, it starts to heat up a bit more.
After they start their adventure, they basically stop somewhere for a break, but then there's a giant twister in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, that is obviously a fight starting to break down.
Yeah, eventually Palkia shows up, breaks away the twister, and Oxion shows up.
Yep, Oxion shows up, and they're about getting ready to duke it out.
And then Giratina shows up soon after.
To make it a 2v1, and the fight begins.
Now, most of us wouldn't remember much of it, but we do remember one specific moment. At one point, Oxion planned to go after those two, but then turned around to notice Alice and Kirito. Kirito had Electivire out, using Thunder, and it surprisingly did damage.
That was one of my most memorable moments from the special, seeing that Oxion still had a weakness.
Yes. However, Oxion quickly one-shot Electivire.
Yeah, and it being fainted.
And then after a little while longer, Alice, we don't know what she said, but we think she told off Oxion, and then, well,
let's just say things didn't end good for Oxion.
More like things didn't end up well for Alice.
Alright. But yeah, then pretty much the others just break off.
Yeah. Alice got her eye cursed by Oxion, that's why she wears that bandage around her eye now.
Yeah, in the present day.
Yeah. Which is very interesting, to say the least.
Agreed. Well, Palkia, Giratina, and Oxion get back to their fight.
Yeah, but after a while, Palkia and Giratina lose, and everybody basically leaves.
Yeah.
So at this point, Alice and Kirito continue on their adventure, and they basically move off. And it basically carries on to the next special.
Yeah, they didn't end up finding Michello, but don't worry, it will carry over to the next one, as TJ said.
Anyway, that was the first special, and now we should give our overall rating on it.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought this this special was pretty good. A very good start to the whole trilogy of specials. As I said, my favorite moments were when Alice's eye got cursed and the when Kirito did damage to Oxion. I'm gonna give this one a solid 8.5.
I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10.
So means
it balances out an 8.25 out of 10. So anyway, before the next special, we're gonna make a quick cut because, well, we might experience some technical difficulties, so we've got to make sure everything's set up, so we don't have an RIP Casey's phone storage incident again.
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, we're back, just checking all the stuff, and it is good. So, moving on to the special number 2, we have Aura Master Michello versus Soul Master Soul Master Slice.
Oh boy, this one. Out of all the 3 specials, this one was the best.
Agreed, since it had a really good fight scene and also set up for some really good specials, especially one that will be coming in Chapter 2.
Yes, agreed. So let's start where this took place. This took place immediately after Battle 8 of the 3rd round, which most of you know is Kirito versus MD Gold.
Yes. So the special pretty much starts off with Kirito saying that MD Gold was very strong, even though that he did lose, he was still very strong. I'm talking about Kirito here, because obviously MD Gold won.
Yes. This is basically when Oxion and Kirito were about to have a moment, and then Alice calls Kirito saying that Michelangelo is on the move and looking for a certain sword.
Yeah, more on that one later.
So basically, Kirito runs to Michelangelo's house, picks up the sword, somehow pulling it out without breaking anything.
Yeah, we don't know how he managed to do that, but a very good accomplishment.
So basically, he gets the sword, he and Oxion leave, but then a few hours later, corrupted Michelangelo shows up.
Yeah, that is not that good.
Yeah. While corrupted Michelangelo's exploring his own mansion, does he not remember his own mansion?
I know. He should remember it, even though he is corrupted. He should remember his own house.
Agreed. But other than that, he ran across a couple pictures, one of Alice and one of the Creation Trio, and that is when Slice shows up.
Yeah, Slice finally finds him.
Even though Michelangelo does not remember him. He doesn't really remember anybody.
At this point in time.
Except for Alice.
Yeah.
Other than that, a fight instantly breaks out. Luckily, they throw each other outside the house. Despite breaking the window.
So no collateral damage except for maybe one window. Someone is gonna pay for that.
That, or maybe a couple broken bones.
Yeah, and the fight was actually very, very well made and executed.
Especially since they played some actual music. I believe the song was called Last One Standing.
Yeah, it was a very good fight with good music, and overall just everything was really good about this fight.
Even though Slice even used his Soul Spear, pulling out a Tyranitar, it still wasn't much. Michelangelo easily bested Tyranitar and then quickly moved on to Slice. And Slice was Mega Evolved during this scene.
Yeah, which was very good for Slice.
Yeah, but despite that fact, Michelangelo didn't even have to transform.
Yeah. And in the end, Slice ended up going down.
Yes. However, he did manage to learn a couple things. Now we motion over back to Kirito and Asuna's house, where they have certain swords in place.
Yes, time to...
Now I think it's a good time to explain the swords.
Yes, these are called the Excalibur swords. Pretty much the Infinity Stones equivalent in the Lucario's Productions universe, except there are swords and there is 7 of them.
Each sword contains their own element. Now, at the time of this special, they currently have 3 of the 7 swords in their possession. Kirito has possession of the fire element Excalibur. Alice has the water element Excalibur, and they just picked up the thunder element Excalibur from Michelangelo's mansion.
So now they got 3 out of the 4.
Out of the 7.
Out of the 7.
Which means there are still 4 left to be found. Now, they know the locations of all the swords, however, only 3 of the 4 remaining ones were revealed. Now, I will say this, the remaining elements are air, ground, dragon, and ice.
Yes.
The air element was not revealed, however, the other ones were revealed. 2 of the 3 that were revealed are still locked away. The other one has been found already. Now then, we'll start with the dragon and ground Excaliburs.
Yes, we shall.
Shall we?
Yeah.
First off, the ground Excalibur. As we knew, the ground Excalibur was still locked away deep within Relic Castle of the Desert Resort in Unova.
Yes, which will come into play a bit later in another special.
Yes. As for the dragon Excalibur, oh boy. I hope you've got your alien repellent, because it's in the world of the Ultra Beasts.
Yes, they go to Ultra Space to find it, but not in this special.
As for the ice Excalibur, well, it was originally locked away in the deepest parts of Dragon Spiral Tower. However, another trainer had already found it and picked it up.
And this one person, if I care to reveal right now, since I feel like it, is you.
And no, not you, the audience. It means me.
Yep, TJ was the one to locate and find the Ice Excalibur sword.
Which most people would seem surprised of, but I later on, if you've seen the Discord adventures, I revealed that I had found the Ice Excalibur about 3 years ago.
Yeah, long before Oxion, even right before we didn't even know most of these swords even existed.
When I found the sword, I started doing research on them.
Yeah,
but we're getting off topic. So here's what they discussed. They already knew that I had possession of the Ice Excalibur because I was the one who told Slice about it. So Alice wanted Slice to go pick up this Ice Element Excalibur from me. Then they decided that Alice and Slice would go to get the Dragon Excalibur, while Kirito and Asuna would get the Ground Excalibur, and then they would all meet up to go get the Air Element Excalibur.
Yep. And if I believe that is pretty much what they wrap up the special after that.
Yeah.
So
other than that, we've got to go over our final opinion of it.
Overall, I thought this special was very good. It set up a very good fight scene, and it also set up the future Excalibur swords, which would play a big role in the remaining specials.
Even the ones who haven't been uploaded as of this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than that, our final review?
Yeah, my final review, I'm gonna have to give this thing a 9.5 out of 10. A very good special, in my opinion.
I also have to agree with a 9.5 out of 10. It's not perfect, and it doesn't beat out episode 10 of the Evil Oxion series, so that's why it only gets a 9.5 from me.
Yeah, but later specials, which we won't mention, will definitely overthrow this of the King of Specials.
Yeah. So other than that, let's move on to the final special. No cut this time.
Yeah, since we know that we got everything in order. The final special is the History of Oxion, and by the title says, this is a prequel episode.
Well, technically this takes place somewhere in the middle of the 4th round.
Yeah.
The main point of the story takes place 500 years in the past.
Yeah, pretty much, one of Oxion's minions, Sans, pretty much asked, Oxion about the backstory, and Oxion just explains it.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, it explains how Stephen Michael got his weird powers he got it from Lord Arceus and Oxion. However, Stephen Michael would eventually betray Oxion in the process.
Yeah, which will lead to not very good events a lot later down the road.
And that was pretty much that. Also, if you all were wondering why it seems like we're rushing this one, this was the shortest special, period.
Yeah, it's only 11 minutes long.
There wasn't really too much to explain about.
Yeah, it's pretty much going over most of the backstory, and also going over how Stephen Michael betrayed Oxion, and there was one last part at the end of explaining. We transfer over to Stephen Michael standing with his Kirim, and for the first time, we get to see Stephen Michael without his mask on.
Which, he surprisingly looks the same age as he did 500 years ago.
Yeah, we don't know how this guy lived for so long.
Well, either way, it also revealed that Oxion was aware that the Guru was collecting the Excalibur swords.
Yep, which will conspire into later specials down the line.
Yep. But other than that, that concludes this special.
Yeah.
So, that just leaves our rating of it.
Well, for me, this was probably the weakest special out of the entire series, but it was still good. It gave Oxion's backstory and had an epic scene where Stephen Michael traded Oxion, but it was kind of the same thing with episode 4, where you had to watch the other 2 episodes to know what's going on. It thinks that you watched the previous 2 specials before this.
Agreed. However, this one could be a little more understandable, which is why it's getting a much higher score than episode 4 did for me.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 7.5. Still a good episode, but probably the weakest of all of the specials.
I also agree with the fact of it being a 7.5 out of 10, which basically means the overall scores for each special are, for the first one, 8.25 out of 10, the second one, 9.5 out of 10, and this one rallies out with a 7.5 out of 10.
So that means, Special 2, Oro Master Michello versus Soul Master Slice remains at the top for now.
But that's quickly going to change because we might as well reveal what Chapter 2 and the next 3 specials we plan to review will hold.
I'll care to take this one.
Go ahead.
So the next 3 specials are going to be the Wedding Plan, the Excalibur Search, and the Element Dagger.
Expect a lot higher reviews of this one.
Yeah, but anyways, that is pretty much it we got for this video. Do you have any more to add?
No, I don't. Overall, this was a great first chapter, but Chapter 2 is going to be even better.
And a lot more longer also. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to see all of our future videos. And we will see you guys in the next one. Also, one more thing to add before I end this. The next episode won't probably come out for another week, because we just pumped out 2 of these chapters back to back.
And I will be out of town during the rest of this week.
Yeah. Alright, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it. We will see you guys later. Bye.